Hello. Today I'm just going to go through a quick recipe because it is really quick and easy to do. I'm going to make gnocchi. Now for gnocchi all you'll need potatoes. There's about 850 grams of potatoes here. You can use Desirees, Nipflers, Pontiacs, Sebagos, anything except new potatoes I reckon. So you got your potatoes cut up, 2 eggs, you're just going to use the yolk, flour, you're going to use about 2 to 3 cups in this, so make sure you've got enough. That's all you need. Now, depending on how you're going to cook your potatoes, if you're going to microwave them until they're pretty soft, and then drain off all the water, and then put them back in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes to get rid of any excess water. If you're cooking them on the if you're steaming them, don't worry about it. If you're boiling them on a saucepan on a normal stove, same thing. Boil them until they're cooked right through, so they start to break up. Drain them off, put them back in the pan, and put them back on the heat. Turn the heat down a little bit, and they'll sizzle and whatever, just to get rid of any excess moisture, because we don't want a lot of moisture in the gnocchi, alright? And then mash it up. You can use a potato ricer if you can, that's perfect. If you don't have one of those, use a potato masher or a fork. I have to use a fork for the ones I've done. So mash that up so you've got rid of all the lumps. So lumps are all out. Add 2 egg yolks and about half a cup of flour and mix it until you get a dough like this. Right, now this is what I did this morning. I love dough, it's like bread. Now, everyone's got their own way of making gnocchi. This is just my way of making gnocchi. Everyone does different little things. Some people add oil, some people add the white of the egg, some people add this and that. This is a nice easy way. So all you need is potatoes, about 850 to 900 grams of potatoes, 2 eggs, just the yolks. You can add 1 white if you want, but just use the yolks, and about a cup of flour, and mix it until you get knead it through until you get a dough like this. Now, just get a bit of flour. Make sure your board's got lots of flour on it too, because it will stick and you don't want it to stick. Now, unlike bread, you don't need to knead it excessively for a long amount of time. Make sure it's all covered in flour. That's it. Now what I've done with mine, I've got my potatoes, my egg yolks, my flour, I've put a pinch of salt in it, and I've also used some sage, dried sage. Now remember our little storing and drying herbs video, and this is literally the sage I used in that video, so I've put a pinch of there in, so you just get some nice little flecks of grain. You can pretty much put anything in gnocchi, it just depends what you like. You can put pumpkin in it. You've got to get all the moisture out of pumpkin because it's a very I've got a high water content. Different herbs, flavourings, whatever you like, it's really easy. Now, I've mixed it up, mixed the potatoes, yolks, got a nice dough going on. Now, easy, all we need to do now, make sure I just get some of this off the end of the knife. Should have done that before I started. Now, make sure you've got plenty of flour, dust your board. I've got friends coming over for lunch today, so I thought, I'll make some gnocchi. It's kind of warm, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Now just get a section, roll it out. Now you can cut it to whatever shape you want. This is pretty easy. All I do, roll it out, and then I just cut it off into little chunks like that. Give it now all I do, just put them aside. I'll do one more, so I've got a fair amount there. So just cut it off. Now, wherever you cut it, it's still going to be sticky, so make sure you've got flour on your board too, okay? Because otherwise it sticks to the board, sticks to your hands. It's a bloody nightmare. So roll it out so it's about that big. It's probably about 1 centimetre in diameter. And just cut it off. Easy. Now with these bits, what I'll do, get them here, get some flour. Now like I was saying earlier, make sure you've got heaps of flour because you'll just keep using it over and over again, alright? So I'll dust these off. So they'll stick together otherwise. Do a little bit more. Make sure they're all coated. Because the dough is kind of moist inside, it'll always keep leaching the dry content of what's around it. So you've got to make sure they're always dry around until they dry off. When you're storing them, these are great cooked straight away. Just put them in some boiling water. They'll sink to the bottom. They're ready pretty much as soon as they float to the top. So just fish them out. Whatever sauce you want on there, serve away. I'm going to store these for a little bit today. So I've got a container. So again, a little bit of flour in the container. And then I'm just going to pop these in like so. Try and grab them individually if you can. Now, I was going to do this as one of the cooking for one episodes because it's so easy. It took me like 10 minutes just to do that. I cooked, albeit I did cook my potatoes in the microwave, and I just put them on while I was in the shower, and then I came out and I mashed it and made the dough and ready to go. Because cooking for one, you can make this and keep some. Like only that little bit of those 850 grams of potatoes gave me all of that dough. So that's just under a serving. Well, it's probably, I could probably eat a bit more, but it's probably about a serving for most people. So you probably get about 2.5 servings out of that. So you can just keep it in the fridge, keep it well dusted with flour like that, and keep it in the fridge, and you can just keep it for as long as you like. Oh, I shouldn't say for as long as you like, probably keep it for about a week. It'll start to dry out a little bit. And it's easy. I'm just going to keep it in that, and I'll have most of this, or pretty much all of this for lunch today. I'll just make up a nice sauce. Tomato sauce probably, just to complement the sage that I've put into the gnocchi. Easy. How easy is that? Alright. So I'll put the little the ingredients for it in the little column, which is probably about here. So the ingredients will be on there. I'll put the list up there for what you're going to need. So it's 850 to 900 grams of potatoes, 2 egg yolks, about a cup of flour. Put about half a cup in, mix it through. It'll get all sticky and doughy. Keep adding flour till you get a nice kneadable dough, like that. And then just cut it up, roll it out, and cut it up into bits like that. Easy. It's really good for kids too. Kids love getting in there and making a mess and making things for themselves. And boil it, and it's the best gnocchi you'll ever eat. Don't buy that packet dry one that you get in supermarkets, please. Ugh, it's disgusting. You might as well just make it yourself. It's so easy. Alright, now I've got to run around and turn the camera off. Any questions, just give me a yell. Over the next few weeks I'm going to go through a few different sauces that I like to put in this too. A ham and pea cream sauce is really nice with these too. But again, if you're vegetarian, even easier. It's nice because you can just make any kind of vegetarian based sauce and it's great. Alright, that was making gnocchi. Give me a yell if you have any questions. Alright, see ya.